So let's do a round of good evening. Good evening. All right. You know, this is so exciting. I said earlier to the class of 2023 that it's a highlight for us for the year. It's a highlight because of all the great new members, or actually not so new, it's 2023 members, but it's a highlight because the families and friends are with you. So we're so excited. Let me first give you all a round of applause. So in a few moments, the members of the class of 2023 will be formally inducted into National Academy of Medicine. You are officially joining a very distinguished group of leaders in health medicine. You know, just last week, our member Gary Ruvkin, along with Victor Ambrose, received Nobel Prize. And this has become a tradition because last year, 2 new members were inducted, and they were Drew Weissman and Catalina Kiritko, the mRNA discoverers that we all benefit from vaccines. So this just goes to show how proud we are. All told now, we have 83 Nobel laureates. So joining all of you as members of this class and the Academy means so much to us because you are the very best, the cream of the crop, literally. And you have done so much for the nation and globally, and you will do so much more for the nation and globally. And of course, we look forward to working with all of you. So to members of the class of 2023, there are many, many people who help you get there, and they're very proud of you. So I would like to acknowledge the new members, friends, and families who are here tonight. Can you please all stand? Please stand. Wow. Boy, this is like commencement. I say to a number of the younger people in the group, I say, are you proud of your parents? They finally graduated. But you know, you didn't get there by yourself either. You were nominated. So I do want the sponsors of our new members who nominated the members to please stand also so we can give them a round of applause. Please stand. So it is our privilege to introduce each of the extraordinary members of the class of 2023 to all of you and to each other, and to present them with a certificate of membership and a photo with me. I'm teasing. Now I'm going to come to your office and say, where's that photograph? But no kidding, I've seen that in the office, which made me very proud. Okay, so our officers, as you met this afternoon, will assist me in welcoming each new member personally. I'll be joined on stage by Council Vice Chair Maureen Leckfield, the International Secretary Carlos De Real, Home Secretary Elena Fontes-Affleck, and the NAM Executive Officer Michael McGuinness. He'll help me welcome all of you to the Academy. So sitting in front of the auditorium is a class of 2023 members. They're seated in alphabetical order. So the A's get first, and the Z's get last. Now, Eric, you got to learn about this. And I'll tell you the story, this real story. When I was born in Shanghai, my father, growing up in Shanghai, went to missionary school. And we phonetically translate my name was Z-A-U. He found himself at the bottom of the alphabet. Someone says, you know, you ought to add a D to your name. That's how I got my name. So people say, is that Chinese? It's true. Okay, so we'll recognize every member of the class 2023. Even they're not able to join us today, we will recognize them. And we want to welcome you for really being here. And so we can follow along with the ceremony order of the new member brochure that you have received. And the staff will queue you up along here, just like commencement, right? Some of you might have forgotten a long time ago, but that's the way it is. And so you come right up to stage. We're really wonderful to welcome you and to introduce you to everybody. So let's get started. Maureen, can you come up and join me?
Good afternoon again, and congratulations again. And it feels like yesterday when I walked across the stage and I was able to receive my certificate from President Tsao. It also seems like yesterday when my grandson, who was then 12 months old, decided to cry. And so my daughter had to walk out. When people ask me, what is so exciting about the National Academy of Medicine? It's exciting because of you. It's exciting because of our colleagues and networks that serve or not only our organization, but that serve the nation and it serves the world every single day. It's exciting because we can give all of the science that we have and we can learn from each other. And it's exciting because today, this is the 2024 NAM commencement for the class of 2023. Congratulations.
Charles Edgeman, for providing novel insight into the effects of global migration on obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. He established the ROTEM study on Africa to Europe migration. His team conducted the first comprehensive research on health outcomes in African migrants in Europe, utilizing epidemiological, social, clinical, and molecular tools.
Welcome and congratulations.
Daniel G. Anderson, for pioneering the area of non-viral gene therapy and cellular delivery. His work has resulted in fundamental scientific advances, over 500 papers, patents, and patent applications, and the creation of companies, products, and technologies that are now in the clinic.
Please join me in virtual congratulations and welcome to Dr. Anderson.
Kimberly Dawn Anderson Erisman, for her 2004 seminal publication that challenged the dogma that ambulation was the top priority for people living with spinal cord injury, SCI, and redirection of SCI research toward upper limb, bowel, and bladder function. More recently, she led efforts to ensure that people with SCI participate in SCI research teams.
Welcome and congratulations.
Celso Arango, for facilitating the change in FDA, EMA policies for psychotropic drugs for pediatric indications. He was influential in facilitating regulatory agency policies changes requiring companies to conduct pediatric investigations as part of a new drug's development. He has led 15 clinical trials in prevention and treatment of mental disorders in children and adolescents.
Welcome and congratulations.
Lukoye Atwoli, for contributions to mental health care, policy, education, and epidemiology globally, for leading African and global medical and psychiatric associations, for leading 2 innovative medical schools in Africa as dean, and for co-chairing the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine's Board on Global Health, among other achievements.
Welcome and congratulations.
Michael S. Avidan, for his international leadership in clinical anesthesiology research. He has designed and led large-scale pragmatic clinical trials that have elucidated the role of clinical monitoring in the prevention of intraoperative awareness and delirium, as well as the relationship of general anesthesia to neurocognitive outcomes of surgery.
Welcome and congratulations.
Karen Bandine Roach, for enhancing the health and quality of life for older adults by developing innovative quantitative methods to improve measurements of complex disease states and to learn about patient trajectories and risks of major adverse events. Her methods have significantly advanced our understanding of functional capacity, disability, and frailty in aging.
Welcome and congratulations.
Kurt T. Barnhart, for establishing the standard of care for early pregnancy monitoring and for pioneering novel management protocols to decrease morbidity from pregnancy-related complications and early pregnancy loss, including ectopic pregnancy, which is the leading cause of first trimester maternal mortality worldwide.
Welcome and congratulations.
Regina Barzilai, for the development of machine learning tools that have been transformational for breast cancer screening and risk assessment, and for the development of molecular design tools broadly utilized for drug discovery.
Welcome and congratulations.
Susan J. Beserga, for pioneering the understanding of how ribosomes, the molecular factories that make proteins, assemble inside cells. Using a battery of approaches, she discovered a huge multi-molecular machine essential for ribosome formation in the cell nucleus. Components of this processome are implicated in a number of inherited human diseases.
Welcome and congratulations.
Rashid Bashir, for seminal contributions and visionary leadership in micro and nanoscale biosensors and diagnostics, bioengineering for early detection of infection and sepsis, and education in engineering-based medicine, by helping to establish the world's first engineering-based medical school at UIUC.
Welcome and congratulations.
Bradley Bernstein, for landmark contributions to our understanding of chromatin structure and function, including the establishment of principles of gene poisoning, repression and long-range regulation, and the identification of epigenetic mechanisms that underlie stem cell potency and tumorigenesis.
Welcome and congratulations. That deserves another applause.
Joseph R. Betancourt, for leading one of the nation's foremost healthcare philanthropies and being one of the nation's most accomplished and experienced scholars and practitioners of healthcare quality and equity improvement.
Welcome and congratulations.
Marion E. Betts, for her firearms and suicide prevention expertise and engagement with community members, including gun owners and retailers, in developing interventions to save lives from firearm injuries. She leads groundbreaking research in injury prevention and has been an expert for national organizations and 3 White House administrations.
I wanted you to get that certificate so quickly. Welcome and congratulations.
Sarah N. Bleich, for her internationally renowned expertise on nutrition security and for being an advocate for health equity. She is widely recognized for her leadership and policy-relevant research on prevention of obesity and other diet-related diseases, food insecurity, racial inequities in the U.S., and advancing equitable policy solutions for change.
Welcome and congratulations.
Niels Brose, for his pioneering work that has provided key insights into the molecular topography of synaptic signaling. His discoveries of key principles of synapse formation and transmitter release form the basis of our understanding of how neuronal microcircuits are organized and operate, and how their malfunction causes neurological and psychiatric disorders.
Welcome and congratulations.
John D. Carpton, for leading the genomics field in understanding how racial and ethnic backgrounds affect cancer predisposition. He is internationally recognized for research in functional genomics, health disparities, and precision medicine. He has numerous national leadership roles and is the first African American to chair the National Cancer Advisory Committee.
A virtual welcome and congratulations.
Patrick M. Carter, for research and scholarship within the field of firearm injury prevention, including directing an institute that is dedicated to advancing research on prevention-focused solutions to this public health problem, leading the NIH-funded Community Firearm Violence Prevention Network Coordinating Center, and directing a firearm injury prevention postdoctoral training program.
Welcome and congratulations.
Timothy A. Chan, for playing a key role in establishing the relationship between the number of mutations in a patient's tumor and the success of immune checkpoint inhibitors.
Welcome and congratulations.
Michael F. Chang, for pioneering applications of biomedical informatics to ophthalmology in artificial intelligence, telehealth, pediatric retinal disease, electronic health records, and data science, including methodological and diagnostic advances in AI for pediatric retinopathy of prematurity, and for contributions to developing and implementing the largest ambulatory care registry in the United States.
Welcome and congratulations.
Tamani Rucker Coker, for her leadership in advancing child health equity through scholarship in community partner design of innovative care models in pediatric primary care. Her work has transformed our understanding of how to deliver child preventive health care during the critical early childhood period to achieve equitable health outcomes and reduce disparities.
Welcome and congratulations.
Theodore Corbin, for his national leadership in firearm injury prevention. He focuses on community violence prevention and policy, has received numerous awards for his leadership, and currently serves as co-chair of the NAM Task Force on Preventing Firearm Injury and Violence.
Welcome and congratulations for already serving.
Deidre Cruz, for advancing equity and the social epidemiology of kidney disease. She has elucidated root causes of the disproportionate kidney disease burden among socially marginalized populations, used interventions to address social and behavioral risk factors for adverse outcomes, and informed guidelines for optimizing care for people with kidney failure.
Welcome and congratulations.
Karina W. Davidson, for being an influential implementation scientist, trialist, and practitioner of evidence-based behavioral medicine. As a central leader of national and global collaboratives, she has improved public health significantly by investigating the causal effects of behavior change. As chair of the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, she affected the healthcare of millions.
Welcome and congratulations.
Roger J. Davis, for his research leadership on mechanisms that mediate cellular stress responses. His seminal discoveries on the CJUN NH2 terminal kinase, JNK signaling pathway, provide a foundation for understanding the molecular basis of metabolic inflammatory responses in the development of obesity, metabolic syndrome, and type 2 diabetes.
And let me now invite my colleague, the International Secretary, to welcome and congratulate the next group of inductees. Dr. Del Rio.
Thank you, and good evening, everybody. My name is Carlos Del Rio, and I currently have the privilege of serving as the International Secretary of the National Academy. I just want to say a few words. The election to the National Academy is one of the most significant professional honors, and you all need to be incredibly, incredibly proud of having been elected. But as I mentioned to you before, and I'll say it here again because your families will need to know this, it's also a commitment to service. We will be calling upon you because I think one of the things that I like the most about the academies is national academies are there to advise the nation. We're advisors to the nation, and therefore, when you are confronted with multiple health problems, you heard about, firearm injury, you heard about diabetes, you heard about multiple health problems. This is the body that advises the nation on what to do and how to proceed in policy, in research, in programs. So you will be called to participate in committees, you will be called for your advice, and you will be called to do this, and it's all volunteer. So we need you. This is an honor, but it comes with a price, and we're very, very excited to have you here. So again, I want to say congratulations. This is terrific. We have a great class, and we'll continue with the induction of the next 25 members. So you heard already about Dr. Roger Davis.
Luis A. Diaz, Jr., for pioneering efforts to provide the first definitive examples of circulating tumor DNA being successfully used as a cancer biomarker for screening, monitoring, and detection of occult disease, and for discovery of the therapeutic link between immunotherapy and genetics in Lynch syndrome patients and others with mismatch repair deficient tumors.
Bienvenido y felicidades. Welcome and congratulations.
Hélène Guérabin, for her internationally recognized leadership in the epidemiology and transmission of neglected infections and neurological disease using a One Health approach. She currently serves on the Scientific Advisory Committee on Global Health for Canada. Her epidemiological approaches have contributed to establishment of effective measures of zoonotic disease impact and global burden of disease estimates.
Bienvenue y felicitación. Congratulations and welcome.
Gail D'Onofrio, for foreseeing the exploding opioid misuse epidemic, identifying the opportunity during emergency care, and developing knowledge and policy to change the practice. Her studies on alcohol-related seizures, alcohol interventions, and emergency department-initiated buprenorphine are transformative. Her implementation science studies enhanced the migration of research into practice.
Welcome and congratulations.
Daniel J. Drucker, for pioneering studies of gastrointestinal hormone action and elucidating multiple novel metabolic actions of GLP-1, DPP-4, and GLP-2. His discoveries enabled development of 3 new classes of medications: GLP-1R agonists, DPP-4 inhibitors, GLP-2R agonists, that have transformed the treatment of diabetes, obesity, and short bowel syndrome.
Welcome and congratulations.
Kojo Elenitoba Johnson, for pioneering lymphoma proteomics and being a top leader in precision and integrated diagnostics and their global democratization. His discoveries of therapeutically relevant recurrent genetic alterations and unbiased proteomic characterization of lymphoma have directly impacted patient care.
Welcome and congratulations.
Sarah K. England, for contributions to the basic understanding of processes that underlie aberrant uterine activity leading to parturition and preterm birth.
Welcome and congratulations.
M. Danielle Fallon, for being an international leader in elucidating genetic, epigenetic, and environmental mechanisms for neuropsychiatric and developmental disorders, particularly autism, Alzheimer's disease, and schizophrenia. As Dean of Public Health at the Emory Rollins School, she contributes to population health efforts to recognize, understand, and prevent these neglected diseases.
Welcome and congratulations.
Maurizio Fava, for having contributed to the development of many novel antidepressant compounds throughout his career. He received research funding for over $110 million during the past 10 fiscal years and has authored or co-authored over 900 original articles with over 100,000 citations and an H-index over 150.
Welcome and congratulations.
Guoping Feng, for his breakthrough discoveries regarding the pathological mechanisms of neurodevelopmental and psychiatric disorders, providing foundational knowledges and molecular targets for developing effective therapeutics for mental illness such as OCD, ASD, and ADHD.
Welcome and congratulations.
Sandy Fang, for challenging the dogma of lifelong immunosuppression and reshaping the paradigm for the long-term management of people with liver transplants. Her leadership in ethics of deceased donor intervention is opening the door for innovative research to improve the quality and quantity of life-saving organs available for transplantation.
Welcome and congratulations.
Christopher B. Forrest, for revolutionizing pediatric applied clinical research by founding PedsNet, a network of 11 children's hospitals that share clinical data and a more than 13 million patient database, providing uniquely large sample sizes for common and rare diseases, a model data management infrastructure for pediatric clinical research, and a unique research training program.
Welcome and congratulations.
Deborah Furholden, for her community-partnered research that has fueled multiple policy initiatives to improve behavioral health and eliminate racial, economic, and geographic disparities in intentional and unintentional injury, including opioid-involved overdose death, gun violence, and community violence.
Welcome and congratulations.
Susan L. Firth, for defining the natural history and epidemiology of kidney disease in children, including rates of progression, and elucidating the impact of cardiovascular disease risk by race, social determinants, and cause of kidney disease through multi-center observational studies and randomized control trials. Her work has substantially impacted children's health.
Virtual welcome and congratulations.
Richard L. Gallo, for discovering that the skin produces antimicrobial peptides and acts with the microbiome to protect against infection and regulate inflammation. His seminal observations in these fields have uncovered aspects of the pathogenesis of several diseases, including atopic dermatitis, rosacea, and psoriasis, improving current approaches to therapy.
Welcome and congratulations.
Francisco Garcia, for being an internationally recognized expert in border health, emergency preparedness, and women's reproductive health, with more than 24 years of experience in public health and human services administration. He leads teams that develop innovative, collaborative, multi-sectoral approaches to the complex problems in vulnerable communities.
Welcome and congratulations.
Cheryl Woods Giscombe, for influencing national guidelines as a leading scholar on mental health, resilience, clinician wellness, and mind-body research. Her groundbreaking accomplishments include development of the Interprofessional Leadership Institute for Mental Health Equity, the Superwoman Schema Theory, and biopsychosocial solutions for stress-related health inequities.
Welcome and congratulations.
Celine Gounder, for being one of the world's leading experts in communication about science, medicine, and public health. She has won awards for coverage of health inequities and the COVID, Ebola, Zika, opioid, gun violence, and disinformation epidemics.
Welcome and congratulations.
David C. Grabowski, for his leadership, prominence, and contributions to the field of health economics, for elucidating novel trends in long-term and post-acute care quality, and identifying contradictory payment policies for Medicare and Medicaid, and for his work on the determinants of COVID-19 in nursing home deaths resulting in policy changes.
Welcome and congratulations.
Eric D. Green, for leading the development of technologies and tools for translating genomics to clinical practice. Globally, he has pioneered cooperation to advance genomic fluency and precision medicine. In parallel, he has modeled diversity and inclusion in NHGRI senior leadership and workforce training programs.
Welcome and congratulations.
Justin Haynes, for pioneering discoveries and inventions of innovative drug delivery technologies, especially mucosal, ocular, and central nervous system drug delivery systems, and for international leadership in research and education at the interface of engineering, medicine, and entrepreneurship, leading to clinical translation of drug delivery technologies.
Welcome and congratulations.
Christian Happy, for his tangible impact on infectious disease research in Africa. He has established critical programs and made important scientific contributions to malaria, Lassa fever, Ebola, Mpox, yellow fever, and COVID-19 research. He led the effort to sequence the first full SARS-CoV-2 genome in Africa, which guided public health interventions, and is developing an early warning system that could stop the next pandemic before it starts.
Welcome and congratulations.
Richard J. Hatchett, for extraordinary leadership in national and global public health preparedness. His many contributions include conceiving the Medical Reserve Corps after 9/11, pioneering social distancing strategies, helping to lead the 2009 influenza pandemic response, serving as first CEO of CEPI, and advancing equitable COVID-19 vaccine distribution by co-founding COVAX.
Virtual welcome and congratulations.
Zhang Ho, for transforming cardiovascular disease, CVD prevention efforts worldwide. After landmark studies documenting key determinants for CVD in the US, China, and elsewhere, he designed and rigorously tested highly effective and scalable interventions in resource-constrained settings. His research is creative, impactful, and transformative on a global scale.
Welcome and congratulations.
Saeed A. Ibrahim, for his seminal health services research on racial disparities in elective joint replacement that has provided a national model for advancing health equity research beyond the identification of inequities and toward their remediation, and for his research that has been leveraged to engage diverse and innovative emerging scholars.
Welcome and congratulations.
Marta Imamura, for her internationally recognized research exploring the role of central and peripheral sensitization and neurophysiological biomarkers contributing to chronic disabling myofascial musculoskeletal pain. This work is being evaluated for use by the Brazilian Unified Health System for assessment and non-pharmacological treatment of this pain.
Bienvenida y felicitaciones. Obrigado. I'm now going to ask my colleague and friend, Dr. Elena Fuentes-Aflac, who is the Home Secretary of the National Academy, to present the next 25 inductees. Elena?
Thank you, Carlos. Good evening, new members, friends, and family. I am honored to welcome you to this induction ceremony. Hope that you enjoy every minute of this experience and celebrate with our new members. As Dr. Del Rio noted, I am Home Secretary, and one of my responsibilities is to oversee the membership election process. So to our newly elected members, it is such a privilege to meet each of you in person after having read your qualifications, and now we celebrate your induction. So let's begin with the next group.
Thomas Inglesby, for helping to establish and shape the field of public health preparedness and response, and for being an internationally respected voice during COVID. He's been a public health leader for U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the White House, and influenced national and international policy, creating valuable collaborations and networks around the world.
Congratulations and welcome.
Daryl Irvin, for the development of novel methods for delivery of immunotherapies and vaccines for cancer and infectious diseases.
Congratulations and welcome.
Ann M. Johnson, for being a leading clinical epidemiologist on transmission dynamics and prevention of HIV, sexually transmitted infections, and more recently, COVID-19. She has led the British National Surveys of Sexual Lifestyles. Her research has focused on understanding behavioral epidemiology and has contributed broadly to public health policy.
Congratulations and welcome.
Ursula Kaiser, for being an internationally recognized leader in reproductive neuroendocrinology. Her major scientific accomplishments include the unraveling of genetic and molecular mechanisms controlling pubertal timing and gonadotropin-releasing hormone activation and the regulation of luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormone secretion.
Congratulations and welcome.
Jonae S. Khaldun, for her national leadership in emergency medicine and public health, and advancing effective strategies to improve the health of historically marginalized populations. She led Michigan's COVID-19 response, as well as the Detroit Health Department's strategy, contributing to the city's lowest recorded infant mortality rate. As an appointee to President Biden's COVID-19 Health Equity Task Force, she helped advance recommendations for improving the country's response to current and future pandemics.
Congratulations and welcome.
Christopher F. Kohler, for influencing the alignment of private and public healthcare policy to achieve systemic progress in population health and cost effectiveness. The reforms he led as Rhode Island's Health Insurance Commissioner have had national influence.
Congratulations and welcome.
Wilbur A. Lamb, for outstanding contributions in blood biophysics, in vitro models of hematologic diseases, and point-of-care, home-based, and/or smartphone-enabled diagnostics that are changing the management of pediatric and blood disorders. He also leads efforts to assess diagnostic tests, including those used during the COVID-19 pandemic, for the NIH and the entire country.
Congratulations and welcome.
Stephen D. Leach, for being an international leader in pancreatic cancer research, having made seminal research contributions in pancreatic cancer surgery, biology, genomics, and therapy over the past 3 decades.
Congratulations and welcome.
Jeannie T. Lee, for research that has been central for understanding the roles of non-coding RNA in gene regulation. Using X chromosome inactivation as a model, her investigations into extensive transcription of non-coding RNA are uncovering potential therapeutics to treat human diseases, including autism spectrum disorders, Rett syndrome, and Fragile X syndrome.
Congratulations and welcome.
Lois K. Lee, for foundational research on firearm injuries and being the lead author for the American Academy of Pediatrics 2022 Technical Report Policy Statement on Pediatric Firearm Injury Prevention. In an area lacking major research support, she conducted and translated rigorous injury science for policymakers, leading to thousands of prevented injuries.
Congratulations and welcome.
Kirsten E. Like, for internationally recognized contributions to vaccine development against global malaria and dengue, and emerging Ebola and COVID-19 infectious diseases, and for leadership in human challenge models, optimizing and operationalizing tools that allow down selection of candidate vaccines and monoclonal antibodies against malaria and dengue.
Congratulations and welcome.
Yvonne A. Maldonado, for her contributions in the epidemiology and control of pediatric infectious diseases, including polio and measles elimination from the Americas, prevention of maternal infant HIV transmission, and the national COVID-19 pandemic response. She is a first-generation Latina and a role model for her academic accomplishments.
Felicidades, Pani. Welcome.
Miriam Murad, for her groundbreaking discoveries in immunology, establishing for the first time that tissue-resident macrophages form an independent lineage that arises and is maintained independently of adult hematopoiesis and have unique functional attributes that promote tissue integrity and tissue repair, response to infection, and contribute to tumor outcome.
We offer virtual congratulations and welcome.
Timothy M. Miller, for defining pathophysiology and developing a novel RNA-targeted therapeutic approach for treating neurological diseases, which he has pioneered and shown successful in amyotrophic lateral sclerosis and dementias. His blueprint for drug design and clinical trial application is now serving as a model in other neurologic disease programs.
Congratulations and welcome.
Robert A. Montgomery, for significant contributions to the field of transplantation. He led the team that performed the first successful genetically edited pig-to-human kidney xenotransplant. He invented the type of kidney swap that is responsible for over 1,000 kidney transplants a year.
Congratulations and welcome.
Gerardo Moreno, for being one of the most influential young Latino academic leaders in family medicine and healthcare. He has implemented successful research initiatives and programs that enable and mentor minority students and advocates for state and federal policies that diversify the healthcare workforce, anchored in caring for high-risk patients in underserved communities.
Felicidades. Welcome.
Siddhartha Mukherjee, for contributing important research in the immunotherapy of myeloid malignancies, such as acute myeloid leukemia, for establishing international centers for immunotherapy for childhood cancers, and for the discovery of tissue-resident stem cells. His book, The Emperor of All Maladies, won the Pulitzer Prize and was nominated by Time as one of the century's 100 most influential books, introducing millions to modern cancer research.
Congratulations and welcome.
Lisa A. Newman, for her efforts to address and eliminate breast cancer disparities across the world, and whose research on characterizing hereditary susceptibility for triple-negative breast cancer associated with African ancestry have earned worldwide acclaim.
Congratulations and welcome.
Jens B. Nielsen, for developing a systems biology approach for studying human metabolism with the objective to identify novel biomarkers and drug targets for metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes, liver diseases, and cancer. Several of his findings have been translated for use in the clinic for improved diagnosis.
Congratulations and welcome.
Igor Ofotokun, for being a leading authority on the burden of chronic HIV and other infections in vulnerable populations. He promotes innovative strategies to mitigate this burden and enhance healthy aging. He leverages his platform to promote women and minorities in the biomedical workforce globally.
Congratulations and welcome.
Herminia Palacio, for advancing healthcare delivery in the U.S. through leadership roles in nonprofits, government, philanthropy, and academia. As examples, she leads one of the most important research and policy institutes for reproductive rights in the U.S. and developed a health access program in New York City serving over 100,000 people.
Felicidades, Minnie. Welcome.
Desmond Upton Patton, for being the founding director of the SAFE Lab, a research lab focused on the ways in which youth of color navigate violence online and offline. He combines innovative and rigorous data science and social work approaches to understand the mechanisms of violence, firearm violence, joy, and grief.
Congratulations and welcome.
Raina K. Plowright, for leadership in studying the impact of climate and land use change on infectious diseases emergence. She defined the spatial and temporal mechanisms underlying spillover of Hendra virus from bats into domestic animal and human populations. Her mechanistic work at the interface of ecology and disease is critical for preventing future pandemics.
Congratulations and welcome.
Keisha M. Pollock Porter, for her national leadership and major contributions to research, practice, and education related to health in all policies, and development of methodologies that promote health and equity considerations in policy decisions across multiple sectors, including transportation, housing, and education.
Congratulations and welcome.
Christy Redhorse, for research on how coronary vessels of the heart develop during embryogenesis and how they regenerate following cardiac injury. Her long-term goal is to discover novel developmental mechanisms while contributing knowledge toward the advancement of clinical treatments for cardiovascular disease.
We offer virtual congratulations and welcome. At this point, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Dr. Michael McGinnis, Executive Officer, to introduce the final segment of our new members.
Thank you very much, Elena. When Dean Lichtfeld started off our induction ceremony, she indicated that it seemed like yesterday that she walked across this stage. And it prompted me to think, you know, I can't remember when I walked across this stage. And I'm very happy now to have done it so long ago, because in this group, I would never have had a chance. It's the most extraordinary group of people. I'm truly humbled at listening to your accomplishments and knowing them firsthand in many cases. It's my pleasure to help facilitate our move to the home stretch of the induction of this extraordinary class of 2023. And so we'll begin right away.
Terry Reynolds, for establishing the first WHO emergency care program and developing WHO's Basic Emergency Care and Global Emergency and Trauma Care Initiative, active in 60 countries. She leads WHO's guidance on universal health coverage packages and essential health services during crisis. Her academic contributions include extraordinary research collaborations across Africa and beyond.
Congratulations, Dr. Reynolds, and welcome.
Joseph B. Richardson, Jr., for being a nationally and internationally recognized pioneer in research on gun violence, firearm injury, trauma, and interventions. His work includes translating science into the development of innovative interventions to reduce gun violence and firearm-related morbidity and mortality, especially as it impacts youth in poverty and Black men.
Congratulations, Dr. Richardson, and welcome.
Lainey Ross, for her role in developing the Living Kidney Paired Exchange Program, which now accounts for over 1,000 kidney transplants annually. Ross has also proposed a pediatric decision-making framework that is one of 4 models incorporated into the American Academy of Pediatrics policy on decision-making in pediatric practice.
Congratulations, Dr. Ross, and welcome.
Ali Rawani Rabar, for being a national public health leader whose innovative and multidisciplinary research to integrate data across the healthcare system and criminal legal system has deepened our understanding of the risk and consequences of firearm-related harm and informed policies and programs to reduce its burden, especially among underserved communities and populations.
Congratulations, Dr. Rawani Rabar, and welcome.
Mustafa Sahin, for world-leading expertise in the neurobiology of autism and a pioneer in translational studies for neurogenetic disorders. Work in the Sahin lab has identified the mechanisms by which tuberous sclerosis leads to neuronal miswiring and led to the identification of potential therapies for this and related disorders.
Congratulations, Dr. Sahin, and welcome.
Joseph V. Sakran, for being a nationally recognized trauma surgeon whose innovative work and exceptional leadership in firearm injury prevention has been most instrumental in establishing the urgency and intellectual foundation to drive research and evidence-based policy change at the local, state, and federal levels.
Congratulations, Dr. Sakran, and welcome.
Rebecca A. Segan-Fowler, for being a leading authority on community-engaged research in the areas of diet and physical activity interventions for obesity and chronic disease prevention among rural, low-income, older adult, minority, and other at-risk underserved populations. Her innovative work and leadership have advanced knowledge related to social and environmental contextual factors to advance implementation and dissemination research to achieve health equity.
Congratulations, Dr. Segan-Fowler, and welcome.
Morgan Shang, for transforming the understanding of excitatory synapses. He revealed the postsynaptic density as a protein network controlling synaptic signaling and morphology, established the paradigm of signaling complexes organized by PDZ scaffolds, and pioneered the concept of localized regulation of mitochondria, apoptosis, and complement for targeted synapse elimination.
Congratulations, Dr. Shang, and welcome.
Catherine Y. Spong, for her international leadership both at NIH during the Zika epidemic and at UT Southwestern during the COVID-19 pandemic, that clearly demonstrated that clinical research translates into improved care for women and families.
Congratulations, Dr. Spong, and welcome.
Timothy A. Springer, for his research on receptor-ligand interactions and transmembrane signal transmission that are relevant to immunology, hemostasis, and human disease using structural, cell biological, and single-molecule techniques. Molecules studied include integrins and their ligands, TGF-beta, the epidermal growth factor receptor, vaccine targets and malaria, and von Willebrand factor, or 750.
Congratulations, Dr. Springer, and welcome.
Brent R. Stockwell, for his discovery of phoroptosis, a form of iron-driven oxidative cell death involving lipid peroxidation. He defined its features, mechanistic basis, the key genes and proteins and inhibitors that regulate it, and tools to study it. He identified roles of phoroptosis in neurodegenerative diseases and cancer, suggesting novel therapeutic strategies.
Congratulations, Dr. Stockwell, and welcome.
Rudolph E. Tanzi, for being a pioneer and world leader in the areas of Alzheimer's disease, AD, neurogenetics, and translating pathogenetic mechanisms underlying neurodegenerative diseases into novel therapeutics. He discovered numerous AD genes, including the first 3, and developed the first complete human brain organoid model of AD, greatly accelerating drug discovery.
Virtual congratulations and welcome to Dr. Tanzi.
Julian Thayer, for groundbreaking research and theory in understanding how stress, including racism, impacts autonomic nervous system dynamics and influence disease and the process of aging. Specifically, he has mapped out the complex mechanisms of how stress-related dysregulation of the vagal neural axis can lead to early cardiovascular disease.
Congratulations, Dr. Thayer, and welcome.
Methodius Tuley, for employing large multi-center trials and cohort studies in the U.S. and globally to generate evidence for clinical practice and policy to prevent adverse obstetric outcomes, including surgical site infection after cesarean, management of labor, and medical complications in pregnancy, while building research capacity and mentoring diverse scholars.
Congratulations, Dr. Tuley, and welcome.
Robert Otto Valdez, for internationally recognized expertise in health services research and whose research has generated actionable knowledge. His government service, mentoring, and academic leadership have all advanced our ability to measure and improve access, quality, and healthcare outcomes, especially for children and historically excluded communities.
Congratulations, Dr. Valdez, and welcome.
Terry L. Vandenhoek, for his leadership in CPR that has changed worldwide practice and significantly improved cardiac arrest survival in Illinois. He has received over $30 million of extramural funding to improve care for vulnerable populations, and his work ranges from novel peptide development for cardiac arrest treatment to artificial intelligence monitoring for COVID-19 patient protection.
Congratulations, Dr. Vandenhoek, and welcome.
Robert H. Vonderheide, for developing immune combination therapies for patients with pancreatic cancer by driving proof of concept from lab to clinic, then leading national randomized clinical trials for therapy, maintenance, and interception, and for improving access of minority individuals to clinical trials while directing an NCI Comprehensive Cancer Center.
Virtual congratulations and welcome to Dr. von der Heide.
Emily A. Wong, for elucidating the health impacts of incarceration and partnering with formerly incarcerated people to study interventions to prevent health harms. Her work illuminates that the achievement of health equity requires ending mass incarceration and the vital role that health systems can play in decarceration to improve population health.
Congratulations, Dr. Wong, and welcome.
Jennifer Wargo, for making fundamental and practice-changing contributions to our understanding of the response and resistance of melanoma to targeted therapy and immunotherapy. She pioneered the role of the tumor and gut microbiome in tumor biology and therapeutic response and translated these paradigmatic discoveries into novel clinical trials.
Congratulations, Dr. Wargo, and welcome.
Daniel W. Webster, for leading groundbreaking research that has shaped policies at all levels of government and the gun violence prevention field. Over 30 years, his research has clearly and unwaveringly identified policies that prevent gun violence and suicides and informed community violence intervention programs.
Virtual congratulations and welcome to Dr. Webster.
Jennifer L. West, for the invention, development, and translation of novel biomaterials, including bioactive, photopolymerizable hydrogels, and theranostic nanoparticles.
Congratulations, Dr. West, and welcome.
Jed Walchuk, for his commitment to understanding the role of the immune system in cancer therapy. He has led several practice-changing trials establishing the use of immune checkpoint blockade for melanoma and other cancers. He has also led impactful efforts to finding the mechanistic basis for sensitivity to these therapies.
Congratulations, Dr. Walchuk, and welcome.
Philip D. Zamore, for making fundamental contributions to the understanding of RNAi, developing the first biochemical systems to study siRNAs, miRNAs, and their protein partners. His seminal discoveries explained how small RNAs are made and repress genes, transposons, and viruses. He has used these insights to develop novel RNA-based therapies for human diseases.
Congratulations, Dr. Zamore, and welcome.
Hung Kui Zhen, for her leadership in investigating cell types and connections in the mammalian brain. Her team has generated large-scale, open-access data sets and tools to accelerate neuroscience discovery. By systematically characterizing the transcriptome, morphology, and physiology of individual neurons, her work has led to transformative understanding of cell type diversity.
Congratulations, Dr. Zhen, and welcome.
Yi Zhang, for making fundamental contributions to the epigenetics field through systematic identification and characterization of chromatin-modifying enzymes, including EZH2, JMJC, and TET. His proof-of-principle work on EZH2 inhibitors led to the founding of Epizyme and eventual making of tazemetostat, a drug approved for epithelioid sarcoma and follicular lymphoma.
Congratulations, Dr. Zhang, and welcome. Let's have one more round of applause for these extraordinary leaders and their extraordinary families.
All right. Let's have some dinner and have a few drinks. Well, so first of all, tomorrow's going to be starts a very busy weekend for all of us because we have interest groups, which are groups of people with common interests in specific topics to meet together and to discuss. So certainly we look forward to all the members coming to those meetings. And then we're also going to have section meetings as well as awards presentation, member business meeting, and of course, a great reception mixer. On Monday, I'll introduce you to this great new class of 23 to members at large. So hopefully all of you will be there for me to introduce you to. I think that they're gonna be feeling so great about meeting all of you. So really, so welcome so much. You know, when we look at the quality or the excellence, exceptional achievement of our members, you can see why they're making huge differences. Every year, we do say there may be an area we want to have more experts because they are so important to the work that we do in looking at what's important to a healthy nation. And I'm sure you recognize that we have an emphasis on firearm violence because we need a lot more great people like we have now, new members, to come in and do even more research to look at safety, avoidance of injury as a public health crisis. So thank you so much. So therefore, let's now head to dinner. Our dinner will be served in the tent. If you go out this way, you will follow, I'm sure, everyone and make a right turn, and it'll be in the tent. And your table assignment will be found in the back of your name badge. And so, all right. Following dinner, those who stay at Grand Hyatt, shuttle bus will be available. All right, thank you.